Is the African National Congress on track to win the fight against racism? How did the ANC view the ZUMAMUSTFALL billboard in the city of Cape Town? Whose responsibility is it to promote a culture of respect towards the state president? And is the ANC-led Ekurhuleni municipality safe from being snatched by opposition? What time is it? It is question time. Welcome to Question Time. My name is Mpho Tselu. As debates on racism continue, a massive ZUMAMUSTFALL billboard erected on a block of flats in Cape Town hit social media platforms over the weekend. A group alleged to be ANC supporters and members have subsequently removed the controversial banner. Speaking at a send-off on Friday evening for 19 students funded by the Jacob Gedleyihlekisa Zuma Foundation to study in Nigeria, Deputy Trade and Industry Minister and Ekurhuleni Region's ANC Chairperson Mzwandile Masina said those who erected the billboard are racist. He also reiterated that South Africans need to adopt a culture of respect towards the president. Meanwhile, the city of Cape Town says the banner contravened its outdoor advertising bylaws as well as nation-building regulations, and that the person responsible for this would be prosecuted. A reminder that you can call us and air your views. We are live. The number to dial 089-110-4210. 089-110-4210. Our Twitter handle at QuestionTime24. My guest today, Mzwandile Masina, who is the ANC chairperson in the Ekurhuleni region. But before we continue with today's topic, let's have a look at what ANC's regional leader in the Western Cape had to say about the ZUMAMUSTFALL billboard in the city of Cape Town.
Our presence here is to really send a very strong message to whoever put this insulting billboard here, that look, it's freedom of speech, we accept that, but we can't allow a situation where the head of the country is being insulted, and then as the ANC, the organization where he belongs, we keep quiet. So we will make every effort here in the Dula Oma region to challenge all these racists. They want to make Cape Town the capital of racism.
Okay, Mzwandile Masina, welcome to Question Time.
Thank you very much.
You were quoted as saying, but there are those few individuals who continue to be racist to the point that they have money, but instead of supporting students, they insult the leader of the republic. We want to warn them that our patience is running out. What did you mean?
Well, look, the ANC, as you know, is a non-racial party since its formation in 1912. So we've continued to practice this policy, and even when we assumed leadership of the state, we made sure that we take along all South Africans. You'll remember the call by Nelson Mandela of the Rainbow Nation, because we are committed that South Africa belongs to all who lives in it, black and white. So recently there has been incidences that have worried us as the African National Congress at various levels. In particular, you know, how we've seen racial polarization throughout the country, and we thought that it's an opportunity for us to remind each other about the importance of ensuring that we sustain the project of non-racialism in South Africa.
But, was that not freedom of speech or freedom of expression?
Well, there has been hate directed at the head of state, the president in particular. And I can assure you that looking at that investment of the billboard and looking at the number of those individuals who have continued, you can go from Penny Sparrow to Chris Hart, to one of the state agents here in Albertine in our area, who compared the president with the gorilla. You can tell that this is not just a freedom of speech. This is hate. This is racism.
I wanted to come to that, that, you know, it's not like Ekurhuleni is safe either.
Well, Ekurhuleni, we have our own challenges as a metro, and we continue to deal with these issues of racism. Hence, we have taken a lead in ensuring that we do clarify first the party policy, but secondly, begin to conscientize our own citizens. we will be engaging a number of minorities just to have a dialogue and conversation about how can we make sure that we become exemplary to the country about that which we have fought for. We have to live together as racial groups in South Africa, and we have to be tolerant of each other. But I think that what we can't accept is racism that continues to persist in our country.
But now you say that to those racists in Cape Town erecting boards, undermining the democracy we fought for, I want to say that the anger of South Africans is building up to boiling point. What is going to happen?
Well, I'm sure you saw what happened in Cape Town. After that call, members of the ANC went there and they took down that billboard just as an indication. And I'm told, I saw actually on television that there was some youngster who uttered some racist remark, and he made the anger of the people. And I think that we want to call upon for restraint so that we can have decent conversation. But also, those who continue to perpetuate this kind of violence, they must be aware that we too are human beings, and it can be in the land of our birth that continuously are undermined or compared to monkeys, baboons, and all these things. We're not going to tolerate that. And we want to call for responsibility, especially amongst the leadership of the parties, because racism in South Africa is institutionalized, and that is what is worrying us.
Itumeleng, you are in Pretoria?
Mpo, how are you, sir?
I'm well. Thanks for the call, Tim.
I'm well, Mpo. Mpo, it's very sad that Minister Masina, they are using this thing as, this racism as a political, power, or scoring point. Mr. Masina, I want to tell them, the people like Mr. Masina, they are not loyal to Zuma, they are not loyal to the ANC, they are not loyal to South Africa, they are loyal to themselves, and they are loyal to the positions that they are holding. When Balakam Bete called EFF cockroaches, when they were saying roads must fall, all these things that the black people are saying, they are keeping quiet. But when white people talk racism, they come out and they point out the finger at the DA because they want to come out as if Bona they are loyal ANC people, or they are loyal to Zuma while they are loyal to themselves. And then at the same time, they are stirring violence against the black people and white people. They must deal with this thing the right way. They must not deal with this thing
the right way to
the ANC, it is against the DA, or the DA, it is against the ANC. Racism, it is... Sorry, Paul?
I was saying quickly, what would you recommend as the right way to deal with this?
Mpo, racism has been there since the creation of mankind. Discrimination, all those kinds of things. You look to Asia, you look to between Iraq and Iran is the Shia and the Sunni. You go to Sudan, it's Salva Kiir and Riek Machar, they were fighting. You go to Nigeria, it's Boko Haram, the Muslims and the Christians. It is a human problem. It is not an ANC problem. Okay. It is a problem that we must deal with it in a human way, not in a political way, okay. And not with the issue of Zuma.
All right, thank you very much, Itumeleng.
Well, this is a very unfortunate and confusing statement, because if you say we must deal with it in a human way, I'm a human being. I'm confronting racism. I have not uttered a single racist statement except to condemn racism, because I come from a party that embraces non-racialism in South Africa. And Zuma too, the president of the ANC in the country, is a human being. He can't just be called a baboon and a monkey and everything and we keep quiet. We will defend him, we will defend our movement as much as we will defend any other, if there is any other person from our ranks who is saying or doing the wrong things. We have been able to come out very strongly amongst those. And I heard the caller referring to the national person, referring to EFF as cockroaches. She apologized nationally. And I've not seen anybody. In fact, Mr. de Klerk has now blamed us as the black people to perpetuate racism. And I'm not sure, because all the 5, 10 or 15 people that I've counted are white, are members of the DA, and that's a source of our problems, and we cannot talk about it.
Okay. Muzi, you are in KZN.
Yebo baba Mpho, labo basika e-studio ninjani?
Siyaphila ba.
Hayi baba ke ngikhulume Siswati namhlanje ukuthi South Africa yonke isilalele njenge ruling party eSouth Africa iANC.
Okay.
Iyalwa iANC ne discrimination, iyalwa iANC ne racism. ANC pre-1994 has been in the struggle ilwela inkululeko yabantu abamnyama. Today if ukuyongena ama speakers agxeke ANC agxeke o minister bethu, it's very disgusting. ANC njengenhlangano yabantu abamnyama, it's against lento yenzeke eCape Town, it's against lento yenzeke eSouth Africa, whereby ama whites came in our forefathers' land, stole our land. They are insulting us, calling us baboons. That one on its own, it's arrogant, it's naive. I don't know how can I put it, but all in all, thina ezibantu abamnyama siyakholelwa ukuthi ANC iyokwazi ukuthi ilwe nalento ekuthiwa racism is a demon. Even people who try and protect racism, or even themselves, it means these people belong to demons, because there's nothing whereby you find that the black, white, colored or white find that they have to fight. This is our land, all of us. So I think we need to respect and believe that the ANC government will manage to fight this thing, this disease of racism.
Sabanga kakhulu Babu Muzi KZN. Thank you very much. Clearly there, Muzi is an ANC person there defending the ANC and saying the ANC has fought against racism throughout, even before 1994. We're going to take a quick break. When we return, 089-110-4210. Is Eguruleni within reach for the DA, the EFF, and UDM, or any other, the IFP? Zondile Masina is here. He'll tell us if indeed they are going to take Eguruleni once more. 089-110-4210 is the number to dial. This is Question Time.
Milk stout chocolate infused. Savor the moment. The crafted chocolate stout made to be savored responsibly by people over the age of 18. Mancosa, Southern Africa's leading distance learning institution. Accredited, affordable and accessible management education programs. Higher certificates, diplomas, undergraduate and postgraduate degrees. Register at Mancosa and be part of Southern Africa's leading private business school. Visit our website mancosa.co.za. Mancosa, management education reimagined.
Welcome back. You're still watching Question Time. My guest today is Zondile Masina. He's the chairperson of the ANC in Eguruleni. Babs Kali, you're in KZN. Welcome.
Sawubona bhuti kunjani?
Ngiyaphila njani baba?
Ngiyaphila. Hayi no ngizokhuluma isiZulu ukuze ningizwe kahle.
Okay.
No, Hlasimbe mina bengi-ANC member impela.
Okay.
Kodwa ke into ekingidide, yes, i-ANC iyatshengisa ukuthi iyalwa ne-racism, kodwa ke mayingasiza nje i-ANC kakhulu iyeke lento okuthiwa ama-camp. Yabona sibuya kwi-provincial conference and all to find out ukuthi bekune program yesterday celebrate 104 years.
Yes.
Kodwa abantu ade bazi ngaleyo program ilaba ade besupporta i-leadership kaSihle Zikalala. And leyo nto isenza uze ungabelieve ukuthi you are ANC member, although ANC ubona thina ama program kodwa ungafeel ukuthi ube party yokufight against racism or yokufight against the corruption or yokufight against whatever ofisa ukuthi abantu abasha or abantu abafisa ukubulelekela with something. Okay. We end up nowhere. And the second bit engifisa ukuphawula ngakho, yabona kule issue le ye-ANC ukuthi always ihlezi gati DA ukuthi ithini, ihlezi gati EFF ithini. Yona i-ANC gobolayo, what is that program and now to engage abantu or to approach the young people ukuthi as the ANC with that we having that program to deal with, to go forward ngama plans ukuthi ke how can we assist abantu abamnyama, how can we assist abantu abamhlophe, how can we assist the young people abadingile. And as I'm here in Dubatuba rural area, there is no program to assist abantu never complete the matric. There is no program to assist the young people to get at least lawo masebenzi. So we're getting on confused ukuthi what is the use to be a member of the ANC party or those when you didn't see a program of the rural area.
Okay, thank you very much, Babu Zikali. Angibonga kakhulu kuwena lapha ngokuphawula kwakho. Well, Mr. Zikali there in KZN saying to us, well, yes, he is an ANC member, but he's more concerned that a disjointed ANC, which is camp-driven, so to say. There are camps, for instance. There was 104 celebrations in KZN. Only people who are close to the current chairperson, Sihle Galala, are the ones who got to know about the celebrations. Those who supported Kunu did not. So what kind of an ANC is this? How are they going to fight racism if they are not united? And what are their programs, basically? If they're saying we want to bring in young people together, what is happening there, Mzwandile?
Well, look, I am not sure. I was not at that particular rally, but I saw millions of ANC supporters from that particular rally. I'm sure you will have a number of clips, and I would not really want to get involved in that. But what I know, coming back from the National General Council just last year in October, the President and the African National Congress were very emphatic about ensuring that we deal with issues of gatekeeping so that the real members of the ANC actively participate. So if there are still such incidences in our organization, I would encourage the member of the ANC to report to relevant structures. And I don't want to believe that only those who supported Sihle were at a particular conference.
Okay.
With regard to programs, we have a program on social cohesion and nation building that we have been pioneering as the government of South Africa, coming from the policies of the African National Congress. And those programs for me have been programs that seek to say that how do we ensure that there is racial tolerance? Okay. Secondly, how do we ensure that we are able to even work together? Where I think and believe that we have not really made progress is on the issues of the economy. I think that we need to do more work. If you look at the JSE as it is now, only 3% represented by black people, it's almost an insult. And I think that is why the ANC has said that we want radical socio-economic program to change the lives of our people.
Ubakeng, you're in the Northwest. Welcome.
Yes, how are you?
I'm well. Thanks for the call.
Look, man, I must just say to the gentleman there that I think we've got a task to really educate our young people so that they must understand what the direction of the ANC wanted to take the government to. What I'm trying to say is that the understanding is very important, that our young people must understand that the ANC is not here to really do whatever business. It's really to liberate our mind so that our mind can now start to work so that we can all of us concentrate on where to take our country. But this element of apartheid or of the racist, I think it must be fight. It must be fight to the level where even branches must be taught as to how we must approach that.
Okay, thanks very much. Thank you very much, Bakeng. Let's take a quick break. When we return, continue with question time.
Milk stout chocolate infused. Savor the moment. The crafted chocolate stout made to be savored responsibly by people over the age of 18.
Welcome back. You're still watching Question Time. My guest today is Mzwandile Masina. He's the ANC chairperson in Ekurhuleni. So, the DA has identified metros that it is going to target. They've announced candidates, but I haven't seen one for Ekurhuleni. Well, the EFF, we know that they don't announce their candidates. and other parties haven't done so. Can we say the ANC is going to really get it hard this time around?
Well, I think in our region, Ekurhuleni, we have been doing a lot of work politically. We have reconnected the ANC with the masses of our people. We will welcome DA and any other parties to contest elections, but we are assured of victory as the people of Ekurhuleni. We have inspired young and old in terms of the work that we have been able to do. Our government have been at the helm of service delivery, so we don't foresee any problem. But more than anything, we have the machinery ready to ensure decisive victory, because when we look into the 2014 results, there were challenges. We could see some challenges, but we performed much better than other metros throughout the country, and we think that we should be able to go back to where we were prior to the 2014 general elections.
Okay. Mama Z, you are in Richards Bay. Quickly.
Yes, Mpho ninjani?
Siphilile ninjani?
Ngiyaphila Mpho, ngisacela nje ukuthi ke ngikhulume nanangu uminister ukuthi kubhlungu kabi lento abayenzayo, ngoba ungazi ukuthi manje leli gama le racism abalazi ukuthi lichaza ukuthini. Uma ngabe kukhona abantu abanganelisekile ngopresident bethi ZUMAMUSTFALL, angazi racism ukuthi ungena kuphi lapho. Uma umuntu engakahamba athathe dictionary yakhe abheke igama elithi racism ukuthi lichaza ukuthini. Uma ngabe kuukuthi abantu kuyibona esibabekile kube yibona abadukisa isizwe, ngoba ukudukisa isizwe leso abanye abantu abaphansi abasakwazi ukubona ukuthi uracism uchaza ukuthini. Yonke into kumele kukhulunywe ukuthi abantu mangabe kuukuthi abanelisekile ngendlela umongameli enza ngayo bese kuthiwa iracism. Ake sibheke ukuthi yini abantu abanganeme ngayo, yini umengameli angese ngayo kahle, kubhekanwe nalokho.
Okay, angibonga kakhulu kuwena Mama Z Richards Bay. Well, there Mama Z saying, guys, come on, can't we criticize the president and not be called racist?
Well, the president is criticized every day, and on the occasion that I attended in Durban, he did speak very seriously about some of the attacks, and even said that, look, I'm a human being, I can be criticized. But looking into this ZUMAMUSTFALL billboard in isolation with other incidences will make such callers to be misdirected to understand what is happening, because I can assure you the person who has erected that board, the reason why they can't come out very clear, is linked to a party that has where we've seen a number of racists emerging from there. And I've counted a number of incidences in a space of a month or two where we've been called all sorts of names and black people. And if the caller feels that she can be called those names, not in our name.
Okay, perhaps let's go back to Ekurhuleni. Will you be available to run for the mayor's position of Ekurhuleni?
Well, we don't talk like that in the ANC. We have processes to win the elections, and our branches are at the helm together with the leadership to decide who should be the mayor. So currently there is a mayor, Comrade Mondli Kungobele, and the leadership will sit and look into who's best suited given the challenges that we'll be facing. All what we're looking forward to is victory in 2016. Okay,
perhaps as we close, let me just take advantage of the fact that you are Deputy Minister in Trade and Industry. Since Zimbabwe adopted the yuan effectively at the beginning of this month, how's trade between Zimbabwe and South Africa?
Well, I don't have any official statistics. I will be leading a delegation to Zimbabwe somewhere in March, and I will be in a position to be able to give, because I don't want to misinform South Africans. And I'm not even sure why from a dollar to yen, and I'm sure that as we interact with our counterparts in Zimbabwe, we will get a sense as to how strategic the move was.
Thank you very much, Mzandile Masina, and all the best if you are standing for the mayor.
Thank you.
That was Question Time for today. A big thank you to my guest and to you for watching this show. From me and the crew, you have yourself a wonderful time. Goodbye.